Hi everyone, this is Dr. Erdoğan by Smile Hair Clinic. Today I would like to share you one of my patients that we did in 2022. We are talking about his 1 year result. I will just summarize you and show you some photos of him. So he's 45 years old. For 20 years he had a hair loss problem. I would like to start his photos first that we take before the operation, just for before the planning. So once we see his photos, as you see, his hair loss is typically a male pattern baldness. Actually, his hairline is not became irregular only. It's receded back, the temple part, also the frontal part. We can see some hairs that is growing on the mid scalp, but it's very weak and it's very thin. So front and some mid scalp should be restored. Also, we are seeing a passage through the crown area, which is affected also by the crown area too. The positive thing with our patient is in Norwood 6 and Norwood 7, we expected the lateral humps to be lowered actually, but in this patient it has not happened. That's the reason we have a small and a narrow area. If it's too wide at that time, we should implant too many grafting, and with if we don't have the right enough graft amount, it could not be covered at that time. Let's check his donor area. Donor area seems good, but we can see better of his crown situation here. The crown area is a circular area. It's usually merged when it's receding. It's merged to the mid scalp, and sometimes it's merging to the donor area as well. It affects the donor area. The effect will be also including the safe donor area until the safe donor area. So if it is affected, we have a smaller area. We can extract less graft number at that time. Okay, so let's check the planning right now. In this kind of patients, we wanted to take the line not too low. We try to agree with the patient according to that. I mean, we are giving our recommendations. Patient says his expectations. This level of the hairline is decided by together. I mean, we and he, we do this together. It's, I think, in an optical range, optimum range, like 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter, 550. It depends on the graft number. We change this line sometimes. We selected a roundy hairline for him, which is suitable for his face because his frontal part is a little bit narrowing. At that time, I choose mostly the round ones, which is more natural actually. We created a frontal part which is 40 centimeters square, so we need to implant at least 2000 grafts to that area. Then there is a mid scalp and there is a crown area, so we planned something like up to 5000 grafts with him, and we finally had 5050 follicle units in the end of the operation implanted to his head. So let's check just after photos post-operatively, which is taken after the operation immediately. In this kind of patients, in order to have the right density, we start from a higher density and we decrease the density when we are reaching out the crown area. So in this patient, we see a better density in the frontal part, a little bit lower density in the mid scalp, and a lower density in the crown area. So we will see the outcome in the later follow-up photos. So this is the photos from top, from side. You can see the density here. So let's see the first month photos. Almost all the hairs just falls off and there is nothing here, seems. Maybe his existing hairs. A third month photo could give us more detail. We don't expect a very quick growth with the patients. After the third month, not in a synchronized way, each follicle unit may grow individually. But it just starts, so it may take up to 12 months to see the result, but in the first 4 months, the patient should not expect a very final result, but some growing is always possible. So let's see the 6-month photo right now. Yeah, now patients, I think, should be getting more happier with the outcome because his crown area started to be covered. His frontal area is very good looking right now, the sides as well. When you see a side photo, that looks very natural actually. When we are looking from top, because of the light as well, I mean, even with a high density hair, if you reflect some light, it could give some lower density appearance, but it's too early to talk about that because we still wait for a better result for future. So the front looking good in the 6 month. Okay, let's see final result for a year. Of course, I mean, we are talking always about the 12th month, about the final result, but this may take longer, actually, up to 2 years. But mostly we are seeing the most of the result at that time. That's the reason we are talking about the 12th month as a final result. So now you see from front, it's looking very good, very natural. It's not very obvious or noticeable that he had a hair transplantation. I think that's something that we want to see with most of the patients. If someone looking from close to you that is not noticing that you had the hair loss or you had no hair transplantation appearance, at that time the patient had a good result. It means the patient has a good density. So with this patient, I think it looks very good. From side, it's also seen that the hairline looking very natural, receding like. It's suitable for his face. It's not very straight. It's not very roundy in the edges. The other side, he has some hairs on it. Maybe we can't see the hairline, but in the other photo it was seen like that. Donor area seems very good. Even with this number, it looks very good, I think. And this is the top appearance. I think we already covered the front, mid scalp, and most of the crown area, I think. I mean, yes, he may need a little bit. We knew it before because we say that when we are transplanting to the crown area, we are not implanting too much on that area, because we know that it's just the graft survival is not good when we implant more hair. So we try to implant not too much like the frontal part. So half of the graft number was implanted to the crown rather than the frontal part. It looks good, so he may need another operation after this for his crown area if he wants. Maybe he's happy, he doesn't need, but he may need that. So according to the patient's feedback to us, he's very happy with his hair. We are also pleased with his result for now. Thank you for watching us, and thank you. If you still have some questions, let us know or write on the comments. We will be answering shortly. Thank you so much.